A little child by the name of David lived a long time ago in the country of Israel. He lived in the town of Bethlehem and was the youngest of 8 brothers. David was not your typical youngster. He was tasked with taking care of his father's sheep. He ensured that no harm came to the fields by spending his days and nights there. It was not an easy task, particularly when there was a risk. The sheep were frequently targeted by lions and bears, but David was a fearless man. He repelled them with only his staff and sling to save his flock. David enjoyed playing his harp when he wasn't among his sheep. Even the birds paused to listen to his exquisite playing. A wise man by the name of Samuel paid David a visit one day. God had revealed to Samuel that David will rule Israel as king in the future. As a result, Samuel anointed David, designating him for a crucial position. Meanwhile, a major issue was developing in a nearby valley. Both the Israelites and the Philistines, their adversaries, were getting ready for combat. Goliath was the monstrous warrior of the Philistines. He was more powerful than a bear and taller than any man. Goliath challenged the Israelites to send a warrior to face him every day, but they were all too terrified. David once went to his brother's location in the Israelite army to deliver food to them. He was shocked to see that everyone was terrified of Goliath. David declared, "I'll take on Goliath. God kept me safe from bears and lions while I looked out for my sheep. He'll now defend me." David received armor from the king, but it was too heavy. David made the decision to utilize merely some stones and his sling. David picked up a stone, put it in his sling, and slung it fiercely as Goliath advanced. Goliath was struck squarely in the forehead by the stone as it soared into the air. Goliath fell to the ground, and David won. David's bravery showed that no matter how small you are, you can overcome big challenges with faith and courage. And that young boy, David, would go on.
In a bright and happy garden, tiny creatures worked all day. The bees buzzed from flower to flower. The ants marched in neat little lines. And the butterflies danced in the warm air. Though they were small, they all had an important job to do. Deep under a green leaf, a tiny ladybug named Lottie woke up from a nap. She stretched her little legs and looked around. The garden was busy, but Lottie wondered, could someone as small as her really make a difference? Lottie fluttered up and saw the bees collecting nectar. They zoomed from one flower to the next, carrying golden dust on their legs. "What are you doing?" Lottie thought, watching them closely. "We're helping flowers grow." The bees buzzed happily. "Without us, there would be no fruits or pretty blossoms." Lottie smiled. The bees were small, but their work was so important. Maybe she could help the garden, too. Lottie flew lower and saw a long line of tiny ants carrying bits of leaves. "Why are you carrying those?" Lottie thought. "We're building strong tunnels underground," the ants replied. "Our home keeps us safe, and we even help the soil stay soft for the plants." Lottie watched in amazement. Even the smallest ants had a big job. Just then, Lottie heard a soft voice. She turned and saw a little caterpillar stuck on a tall blade of grass. The wind had blown it too high, and now it was afraid to climb down. Lottie's heart fluttered. "I may be small," she thought, "but I can help." She flew up and gently nudged the caterpillar, guiding it back to a lower leaf. The caterpillar smiled and wiggled happily. "Thank you, Lottie. You saved me." As the sun set, Lottie felt warm inside. The bees, the ants, and even she had all helped the garden in their own little way. She looked around and realized something wonderful. Being small didn't mean being unimportant. Even tiny creatures could make the world a better place. And from that day on, Lottie never doubted herself again.